Yes, yes, yes. This is the BumCast. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with my fellow bums, Bologna, the Southside Bum, and Dougie. Freshness, gents. It is Monday night. Football game sucks again. It's really not worth watching. So let's get ready for some nonsense on a Monday night for the BumCast. How you guys doing?
Oh yeah,
Pumped, ready to go. Douglas looks handsome as hell. Something about the beard and a Carhartt hat. I said it right when you got in here. He's making a run for Johnny's money. Like, Johnny's the handsome one in the group. Dougie's looking sharp today. I really like that hat. So I'm complimenting my fellow bums, but I'm excited. I'm excited for today.
Yeah, good seeing you guys. It was another fun weekend. You know, we got some stuff. Peter, we went to the Bears game. I want to thank you for the invite. That was very nice of you to extend it. But that was a shit game.
That was bad. We knew it was going to be bad. People were calling it the toilet bowl. It was the battle of two bum-ass teams, and they showed that they are two bum-ass teams. I mean, no one was ever going to run away with that game, but we just sat there miserable as hell. Not because... It was a nice day. The temperature was nice. It wasn't too cold. I think, Jason, you got cold at the end.
I did.
But, I mean, we were just angry throughout, and then we got a video to prove it. It was bad.
That was bad.
You know,
and we got that retweeted by Paul Sullivan.
Sullivan of the Tribune.
The Tribune. Yeah.
He
I mean, I hate his fucking takes. I re-hate his takes, but it was cool that he actually retweeted that. I guess he feels our angst. But we'll get into Bears in a little bit. But guys, how was your weekend, man? Did you guys do anything fun?
drink.
I mean,
That seems to be the
it was just another one of those weekends, you know.
Yeah, definitely was a weekend. But we were all together on Saturday. We want to thank everyone who came out to Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook and did our Bourbon Bums tasting with us. And everyone who bought a bottle. That was good. So we were there for a couple 2-3 hours, and yeah, it was a good time. We'll definitely do another tasting. Probably sometime beginning of next year after the holidays and everything. But yeah, we got to hang out and just shoot the shit at the liquor store and act like we were. What were you saying, Peter? You're
used car salesman.
Yes, you were a used car salesman. Like,
we were
trying
just
to get
slinging bourbon, trying to convince people. It didn't take much convincing. It was a Saturday night. People were walking into the liquor store looking to buy things. People were coming off of work. It was 4 to 7. It didn't take much convincing. So it was fun. I do think it would be fun to do another one of those. Being the first one, it took a little while for us to get like our sales pitch in and what we're gonna say, but then we were rolling. Strangers were buying bottles, so shout out to those people. And then people were taking cards, taking stickers, following us on Instagram and Twitter. It was a lot of fun. So thank you to everyone that came out, and those people that don't know us, now you do. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. I told you guys that standing in a liquor store for 3 hours, not only is it great people watching, but you see the shit that some of these people buy for drinking on a Saturday night, and you're just like, why? Why are you buying that? Like, that you realize how bad some of this shit is that they buy, but it's just insane that what people will put in their bodies. And I can't complain because I drink a lot of high proof bourbon and I'm overweight, but I'm not drinking that.
It was crazy. Just like, I mean, obviously it's hard you don't want to judge a book by its cover, but we should have started taking bets. I'm like, I bet you that guy's taking some Mad Dog, or I bet you that guy. There is an older man, he looked put together, walked out with like a case of Ice House. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's looking to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely the why. Go ahead.
Yeah, just shout out to also the rugby team, those rugby teams that came in as well too. I look like they were from Ohio, or I forgot where else
Pennsylvania. They were
like
Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. Probably like a Midwest tournament. Yeah. So there was guys and girls walking in that apparently were looking to either celebrate because they won the tournament or forget that they even played rugby. So that was cool.
Yeah. I think the wildest thing that I saw was, so the dude walks in and he grabs what was it? The twisted tea whiskey or something like that. Or what was the whiskey?
Yeah, the deep Eddy, like iced tea bourbon or whiskey or something like that.
Iced tea. And I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, we could try. I'm like, he ain't gonna want nothing, on that spectrum. Sure enough, he grabs a Nulu bottle. He grabs one of the Nulu bottles, and I was like, well, I completely called that one wrong. But
yeah.
The people watching was extraordinary, man. I mean, you're some big buff dudes buying the shittiest seltzers known to man. I mean, it was awesome.
And then the last thing, it's something I noticed right away because Bolingbrook's a part. Green Valley Wine and Spirits is in a part of Bolingbrook where there's everyone's walking in, all walks of life. The cross section, the Venn diagram of people that bought Modelos and tried our bourbon. I think it's just me, Johnny, and Dougie. Me, Johnny, and Joey P. Mexicans were not interested in the whiskey. It took me a while. I was speaking Spanish to them. ¿Quieren traer whiskey? Nope. They almost like, fuck you. I don't want.
They were scared.
They were like scared of it.
Yeah.
So I have to work.
I don't want to say you want to stereotype or call a book by its cover, but when you were walking in, they're like, yeah, they're not doing bourbon.
They're like, there's no shot we're doing bourbons tonight, and I'm like, all right, I tried.
Yeah.
So it's good thing you guys were there to speak Spanish because that was a lot of the clientele too. I would have been able to do a sales pitch for them, and you were making the jokes. What was the joke you were making?
So I realized. So Buchanan's is a Scotch whiskey that is very popular among Mexicans. Like if you go to any quinceañera, if you go to any wedding, there's a bottle of they call it Bucanas. And that's where in my head I realized, like, if I say this Nulu bottle is Bucanas, but American, then they might be interested. And that's when people are like, oh, maybe we will try it. So that's the new tagline going forward, especially to all my tios and tias. If you guys want to try some good ass Bucanas, Nulu is Bucanas, but American.
What sells the whole thing is how you go super white guy but American.
Joey P was there, Sandy was there. That was the turning point.
Yeah. And shout out to Sandy P and her dad. Like they just bought up the whole store. I think they went to that register like 4 or 5 times.
I love Sandy and I love Sandy's dad. It was like it looked like what's that supermarket sweep? Like going down every aisle and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I didn't tell you guys this today, but I was on TMZ, and
again?
I kind of it seems like it's a monthly, occurrence for me now. But they kind of sideswiped me. They gave me their list of topics today, and I was going to be talking Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, because what else do I talk about when I go on TMZ? That was a big story of the weekend, her kissing him, the changing of the lyrics and all that shit. And then they called me about like 10 minutes early and they wanted me to comment on Simpsons. Ooh. And I didn't read the article or anything. And he just gave me like the TLDR of the article, and I had to like come up with something off the top of my head, and I was like, whoa. But apparently what happened with The Simpsons was there was outcry about how Homer chokes Bart in the cartoon whenever he's upset. So the writers were going to take it out, and then after about a pushback, they decided, no, we're going to put it back in. So that was the TLDR of the article. But he literally told me, he's like, can you comment? Can you comment? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I had to just basically stutter and stumble and make up just something off the top of my head. Like I couldn't really prepare like a good, hot take or anything like that, like I usually try to do when I'm on. So if you want to see me stumbling like an idiot on live television, you can once it's posted on TMZ.com, you can go watch me comment about Homer choking Bart.
What was your take? What was the final take?
It was just like, I understand like people, there's a lot of pushback about like child abuse nowadays, like, or like not child abuse, your child. And people are turning away from violence in television and everything, but it's a cartoon. I'm happy they've stopped and they didn't do it and they put it back in because it's a cartoon. It's not real violence and it's funny. That was like my basic take. I stumbled a lot.
I'm surprised. Out of all the topics that you would have stumbled on, you are the resident Simpsons expert. Like whenever I go to like Simpsons quotes, you're the guy I go to. I'm surprised you didn't drop the Scooby Doo's.
No, because it wasn't about like us. It was just about like them getting pushback for Homer choking Bart in the show. So it's like I said, it just they basically called me and was like, can you comment? Like it was like literally like 30 seconds of I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. I didn't even read the article. What is it? So
I mean,
like I said, if you want to see me stumble.
You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you gotta
you can't.
slap a bunt down there and hope for the best.
Yeah. I had a good comment too for the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift.
Save that for later because spoiler alert, it's one of our viral videos.
Okay. All right. Well then I'll save my hot take that I was going to originally use. So all right.
Missy's in the comments saying, all you in the chat relax. Taylor and Travis, you're in the presence of their biggest fan. She's talking about me.
Yeah. That's true. And now Sfo was doing his morning walking.
Yeah, see, now we're kind of getting not as if Taylor Swift needed more fans. I got Sfo, not just me, but a bunch of people were like finally trying to get Sfo into Taylor Swift, and now he's walking to Taylor Swift playlist. So that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk some Bears. So that game Thursday night was pretty bad. Even though they won. Before we talk about the actual game, I want to say that I still cannot stand for the life of me going to a Bears game. I remember how much I hate going to Bears games because you park super far away, you're walking. I mean, the amenities, okay, they're not great, but I think the bathroom situation, they added a few bathrooms since the last time, but I mean, they were still bad. I just really can't stand the fucking whoever the DJ is for that.
Tim Sinclair. We've talked about Tim Sinclair and how bad he is.
He is terrible. Like besides the music, I think he's literally stuck between the years of 94 and 99 with like all of his musical library consists of like 5 years.
It was that's what I call music volume 5 through 12.
Yes. And also I just cannot stand like the bear down, it's third down. Like every fucking time because they can't stop anyone on third down. So then you hear it like 7 times a drive. And it's so cringe and annoying because you're supposed to you hear it one time and you're like, okay, pumped. When you hear it for 7 times in one drive, you're like, this is so fucking bad. Change it up. And and then when they get they're trying to go for a fourth down, they got nothing. You have no like soundbite or anything for a fourth down stop. It's just like
no bear down on fourth down. Yeah.
Well, in all fairness, they probably didn't think they were going to get there.
By the way, I just wanted to point out that just thinking about like all the games, all the primetime games, like this past like from Thursday to Sunday to today, has this been like the worst like week of primetime games that they've ever had?
It's terrible. No one wanted to see Bears Panthers. No one wanted to see the Jets and the Raiders. Why the Jets are still on primetime games? It's because fucking Aaron Rodgers' Achilles couldn't hold up. But even then, no one wants to see Aaron Rodgers in primetime 7 times a season anyways. So America got screwed by his Achilles for just having to watch Zach Wilson fucking all this time. But I'm done with I did not watch that Sunday Night Football game at all. We watched the Get Gotti series. Shout out B-Flow for recommending that on the 108.
It's really good.
We watched that much better than Sunday Night Football. And then today's game, I'm looking and it's 15-8. And Josh Allen and the Bills are just bio crap tonight. So the NFL's got a problem with their primetime games. They're supposed to do the flexing. They haven't flexed anything. I don't think. Maybe one game they flex. Start flexing Thursday night games, man. Start flexing Monday night games. Flex everything.
Impossible. zero chance they get flexed. Monday and Thursday will never get flexed because the scheduling and the logistics of all that is terrible. But definitely the Sunday night game. They should have flexed the Jets game. They could have flexed the Jets game, and they didn't. But yeah, I mean, this game we knew it was going to be bad. Going back to the Bears game, we knew what we were in store for, and it was still shocking how bad it was. Me and you, Jason, were just looking at each other, and I mean, I have like a couple notes where it's like the O-line played better, the defense stepped up when it had to, no turnovers. Like it seemed like it should have been a better game. 0 sacks, but Matty Eberflus and Luke Getsy. No, the offensive line didn't.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I thought. Sorry, the defense.
Yeah. The Bears line played better, but the play calling again is a problem. There's the screen passes. I know it drives you crazy, Jason, but
first play of the game.
First play
of the game was a screen pass to DJ Moore. Now, granted, he made it 16 yards or something like that, but it's like you're going to come out the gate with a fucking screen pass. I mean, I guess I can't say I'm shocked, but it's like, come on, at least give me something before you throw a screen.
Well, also, I'm not going to complain about a screen pass when it works. And we kept saying, like, you got to get the ball to DJ Moore somehow. So that I'm okay with. But we sit in the end zone higher up. We see the plays developing. And Tyson Bagent just missed wide open play. Like we gave him credit for his like clock management and like his internal clock is better because he doesn't get sacked and he knows when to throw it away. But he's also missing wide open targets.
At least 3 times there was guys wide open.
4 times I counted where it was people streaking either downfield or wide open, and he just couldn't get him the ball. He just never saw them. So if people, and I understand, he's a rookie, undrafted Division II quarterback. So it's hard to judge him, after a couple of games, but he's just not it. He's what we said it was. He's going to be a good backup, and that's about it. I'm ready to see what the rest of this season is with Justin Fields, and it seems like he's practicing today. He's throwing. I'm ready to see him back on the field.
It was funny because like you could hear the whole crowd around us going, "Ah!" They were screaming like wide open, like throw him. Like they had I know he had DJ Moore on 2 occasions. I think Cole Kmet was one. He had him like down the middle.
And then Mooney on another one where he rolled out and they had a screen set up and the blockers were there and he just completely missed the throw out of bounds. He threw it behind the guy. So he missed a streaker down the field. He threw it to his, screen, and it was just bad. It was just bad all around. So
and I was curious if they actually show that on the broadcast that because Al Michaels, I mean, I don't know if they would have pointed that out on primetime. If here, look at this guy and he's wide open, but I didn't have the patience to go back and rewatch the playback after sitting through that mind fuck for 3 hours. They got the win. They did what they needed to do. They pushed Carolina back down the standings. Peter, you were going to pull up the graphic real quick. Good things happened this weekend for the Bears. As we all suspected, Kyler Murray comes back. Cardinals win. Yeah. Hell yeah. And we pushed down the Panthers, keeping the number 1 pick. But I'm just, like I told you guys last week, I'm worried about the Giants. Tommy DeVito looks like a fucking he looked like a high school quarterback against Dallas yesterday. That was a beatdown of all beatdowns. And I don't think the Giants are going to win another game this season either with Daniel Jones out.
So that's the thing. The only saving grace is that the Giants and Patriots play each other. So one of those teams is going to win that game and kind of eliminate themselves or kind of bump themselves down. Hopefully, like if we're rooting for somebody, I would probably root for the Patriots instead of the Giants because, we're rooting for the Giants to win a game. But, the Giants look very, very bad. And but the Panthers look just as bad. We watched them up close and personal. Like they have no weapons. Their rookie quarterback looks unprepared. He just doesn't seem like the guy. Obviously, CJ Stroud is an anomaly, but it's night and day. The difference is like tremendous. How prepared CJ Stroud looks and how just terrible the Panthers are. So yeah, the Panthers might not win another game either. So the probability is there that hopefully, we're picking 1-3 or somewhere around there.
Yeah. My last thought on the Bears is I really hope that Justin Fields comes back, because it's fairly obvious that after the last 2 games that Beijing can't throw more than 10 yards. He might can't even throw more than 5 yards.
So that was my whole thing, to Peter's point and to your guys' point about guys being so wide open downfield. I don't even know if it's not that he didn't see them, or he was just like, oh shit, he went too far, can't throw it that far, or don't have enough zip to get it there fast enough, I mean, I really think, he can't throw it more than 30 yards. I mean, is that fair to say? Like 30 yards with
potentially
on it,
I mean, it's basically taking out DJ Moore out of the offense. I mean, they barely throw it to him, as well too. And I'm not trying to defend Bajan, as well as not being able to see like any wide receivers, because Justin Fields has that same problem as well too. And obviously, I know he can throw the ball, but it's the same. It's the same old. Like you're either gonna, pick and choose your battles or which quarterback you really want. Obviously, Justin Fields is a little bit more, I would say, better than Bajan, but. Yeah, it's definitely like, you're taking out your number 1 wide receiver in DJ Moore, not being able to throw to him at all. And I mean, you're using Mooney more than you are Moore. I mean, just look at like what's going on with the offense. That you just have to pretty much like play to your expectations of what Bajan can do. But yeah, I'm ready for Fields as well too. It's just bad all around.
Mailman Jack's right. You'd think with his dad being an arm wrestling champion that he could show his son how to fucking work the muscle and throw that gunsling that ball into tight coverage. But I'm
done hearing about his arm wrestling too. I'm done hearing about the arm wrestling. I'm over it.
Yump has a point. Looking back, would you take Stroud over the pick last year? I mean, maybe, but they Bears don't have the people around the personnel around to get the most out of CJ Stroud. So I don't think it would have mattered if we took him anyways. He wouldn't be performing this way with Eberflus and Getsy. So it would have been we would just be saying, oh fuck, this guy's another bust.
Well, I want to bring this whole thing up about the personnel, because obviously there's a lot of things that's been going on with Michigan and Jim Harbaugh. I mean, would you want, it seems like he's going to be gone. I mean, I think Harbaugh's going to be gone. Would you want Harbaugh as the coach if that comes to fruition, if they try to do something about that?
I don't think it would be my first choice. It seems like a very Bears thing for it to happen. That being said, Jim Harbaugh makes a shit ton of money at Michigan. Is he going to take a pay cut to come to the Bears? Because the Bears, I doubt, will make him like the highest paid coach in the league. That just doesn't seem something like the McCaskies will do. So no, but like, it's not the worst thing in the world. I wouldn't do it. I'd probably look for some of these guys, an offensive minded head coach that's already in the league. But you can't take away Jim Harbaugh has won kind of everywhere he's gone. Stanford with Andrew Luck and all the things he's developed quarterbacks. He develops like offenses. So if that's the case, I wouldn't be, terribly mad, but I just don't like him. I really don't like him.
Yeah. All right.
I think my big whole thing about that is if it gets the Bears to blow it all the fuck up, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If it gets everybody the fuck out, I'm all for it.
Yeah, especially because Harbaugh, he seems like the kind of guy that would want like more than just like the head coaching job. He would want kind of roster control, and I don't know if Ryan Poles would give that up. But that's all conjecture. That's just me guessing.
Sure. All right. Well, Bears got the Lions next week, so that's another loss right there. But let's we're gonna move on to Sock Sock. But before we do, we don't have any sponsor for the show, so I had to create my own ad.
Not yet, baby.
I created my own ad.
Okay.
Because I want people to buy our bourbon. So I try to channel my inner My Sock Summer on this,
Oh
and
boy.
hopefully I did him proud. But here's our first ad.
Are you tired of getting the same old bourbon sitting on the shelf? Looking for something to impress your bourbon friends with? Then head over to Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook and grab one of our single barrel Bourbon Bums store picks. We've got a 9-year Knob Creek bourbon, an 8-year Knob Creek rye whiskey, and our ever popular Nulu Toasted Wheated. That's right, toasted wheated. So head out to Green Valley Wine and Spirits or message one of the bums. But hurry, because once these bottles go, they're gone forever. Become a Bourbon Bum today.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
The one complaint I think you could see me is that
Yeah,
you can see
I need to
us.
make
You
it.
gotta
I need to make
stretch
it
it
full
out.
screen. I got a full
16
screen.
by
it.
9, baby. You gotta flip that shit.
Yeah,
That way I can
Well,
sneeze or
I
pour a
think
drink or do
maybe
whatever
add
I want.
maybe add a little background
That was
music.
Nah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. It was. I'm proud of you.
No, I'll add a little background music to it. We'll make it a little more sensual.
Work in
and-
progress.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need
Oh.
that.
Yeah. All right.
That was
The
good.
All right. So let's
mood.
talk a little White Sox here. Last week we talked about Tim Anderson, Liam leaving, SP5 leaving, but then we got the biggest news of the week, and that was Jason Bennetti was leaving. Shock to many a Sox fan. There's been a lot of takes on this throughout. We've heard, like 108 guys did theirs. Lawrence Holmes did a excellent pod that he, basically saying he's giving up his fandom because the Sox have pissed him off. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are probably feeling the same way he does. So I want to get your we don't know the complete details and he's too classy of a guy to spill the beans. We don't know if it was he left on his own accord or if he was kind of lowballed and, Jerry just obviously wasn't a fan of him.
There's no
But
lowballing.
I'm sorry?
I said there's no lowballing. I mean, he had another year on his contract.
Right.
So he was supposed to be here for another year. But go ahead.
But we know Jerry wasn't a fan. So kudos for him for realizing what he's worth. And if he's not being treated well in the just not a good work environment. But I want to get your guys' take because I've heard a lot of the other takes from people. And I want to know what you guys think of it. Are you okay with it? Are you pissed at the organization?
There's a lot to be pissed about the White Sox for. And it kind of sucks. So, doing a Monday show, sometimes news breaks on Sunday night. That Tim Anderson fight during the season, we were like the first to jump on that. And now we're the last to jump on this. So it's like you hear all the takes and some of them I agreed with and other ones I didn't, but he asked to leave, and he's betting on himself. Obviously, he's awesome. Everyone loves him. I loved him. I love watching it. I loved him calling games. But I don't think this is the White Sox kind of pushing him out the door. I understand that Jerry didn't like him, and I guess he was never a fan of him from what reading all the tea leaves and stuff like that. But this isn't really Bennetti running to greener pastures. It is because Detroit is a Fox affiliate, and he's going to have a lot more days off from the regular day-to-day stuff to do the national broadcasts, which is something that seems like the White Sox were kind of getting tired of him leaving all the time. But this is Bennetti leaving. I'm not mad at the White Sox for this. Jason Bennetti decided to jump ship. He saw the Titanic sinking and he's able to jump. We can't. We're going down with the ship. Steve Stone is probably playing the band because he's never leaving. But if I was Jason Bennetti, I'd probably do the same thing, but we don't have that luxury. We're fans and we're stuck here forever. So I'm happy for him. I wish him the best of luck. I think he's a pro's pro. And there's a lot of people that has great stories about him. Drew's in the comments has great stories about Jason Bennetti. I know Celeste Spaghetti shared hers on the Asscast, and they did a whole thing about it. Roxy was very, very mad that the White Sox let him go. But in the long run, I think I was standing more. So Beef Loaf and the 108 guys talked about it. I don't care who calls games. If the White Sox win 105, 110 games, do we care who the fuck's calling the games?
No.
It could be anybody. I don't care who, but right now, when it's like the lowest of lows, obviously you want someone that's comforting, and you want someone that you could relate to, and you want someone that, has your back. And that was Jason Bennetti. So it sucks, but I'm not like losing sleep over it. And it's not going to be the end of the world. Like, we need to fix on the field shit before we worry about in the booth.
Yeah. I think short and sweet. He no longer enjoyed the ride, so he got off. So
yeah, I mean, he was everywhere. I mean, he was doing college games. He was doing like every little thing that he could possibly do. And I love Bennetti. He did his dream job. It was something that he wanted to do as a lifelong Sox fan as well too. Obviously I know you said that, with him going to the Tigers and, going with Fox, it's a little bit more better for him. But again, too, man. I mean, why does it have to be the Tigers? Why does this shit always happen to us where he has to go like these? A lot of these, like,
that's a good point.
When something like shit like that happens, they're going to a rival team or something like that. So it's like David Montgomery going to the Lions or whatever. It's always something like that. I'm with you guys. I mean, best of luck, to him. I mean, it's something that he's sought out everywhere. Like, he's doing all these other games as well too. And like I said, I mean, I enjoyed his time with the White Sox. I don't know if you guys heard any rumors on who they're gonna pick next as far as his replacement, or if you guys have any, like, who would you want to be part of that broadcast as well too? I know, Peter, you said it doesn't really matter, who it is or not, who's doing the games. But I will say one thing though, there's some people on the broadcast I wasn't really too fond of. They kind of made things a little bit boring when they were, broadcasters. But no, I mean, like I said, best of luck to him.
Yeah, my thing on this is, like, Benetti was like the only silver lining in a pile of shit. Like, when you watch his games, you're like, you're going to get a good broadcast. He, made him fun. And obviously being a fan of the team you're calling, growing up a fan of the team you're calling is always a plus. But it's just another stupid move in a line of stupid moves that the Sox keep doing to themselves, that they just can't get out of their own fucking way. And they think that there's this arrogance about them that they think that, oh, people should want to work for us. We're the elite organization in baseball. Like, people should want to be here no matter what we offer them and shit. And like, no, motherfuckers, like, if your boss doesn't like you, why would you want to stay? I was at a job where, like, I fucking hated working there. I would be walking into the building and I would start getting, like, physically sick because, like, I was that unhappy. Like, it was not good for, like, my mental health. And I could imagine him going in there to a place where like I said, your owner doesn't like you, and you want to try to bring national exposure. People go like, oh yeah, Benetti, when he's calling football or basketball, whatever. Yeah, that's the play-by-play guy for the Sox. He's really good. Maybe there's a chance that some of those fans were turning into to listen to him. But again, most of the times you don't turn to a game for the announcer, but maybe there's a slim chance. But either way, he's bringing eyes to your product. He's giving you the exposure. And if you had, like, any competency, you would have realized that what you got, and you would give, if he wanted more time to do national broadcasts, you would give that to him. That's what good organizations do. That's what good bosses do. They realize what their talent is, and you don't want to lose premium talent. Whether, like, when you go into a job, and if you're really good at your job and you get a job offer, most of the time a good organization will try to counter or match the offer to get you to stay. Maybe they'll throw in a few incentives to get you to stay. I had a job too that I went and said, I got a better offer. Can you match it? And they basically said, no, we're not going to do that. And I said, bye. Because that place was a sinking ship, and I got off at the right time. I probably could have stayed if they I probably would have stayed if they matched, and I probably would have still been a little miserable with it, but I would have been making some, I would have been comfortable and making some money, more money. but I don't blame him for wanting to leave. Like if you're that much disrespected in the office behind the scenes, and your boss wants old timey Vince Scully type people calling games bland, boring, whatever, then get the fuck out. Do what's best for you. Do what's good for your mental health, your well being. Get that bag, and it just makes me more infuriated that the Sox are just that fucking blind and incompetent, and that it's just this, like I said, this fucking arrogance about them. I just can't get over, and they're going to take it into the offseason where they think, hey, well, you know, we have a couple good core players. You guys should want to come play with them. So we're not going to offer you premium contracts. We're not going to offer you long-term deals more than 3-4 years. You know, you want that 7-year deal. Sorry, you know, but you should want to come play for us anyways. It's the same fucking song and dance with them. And it all starts at the top. We all said this. It all fucking goes back to Jerry. And Brooks Boyer is just as fucking bad as his job as anyone else in that organization. And once that whole fucking leg of the Sox gets purged somehow, I hope to God it's going to be a little better. I don't have any faith right now in the short term. It's going to be fucking bad. And Beef, I'm not hitting on Vince Scully. I love Vince Scully.
I was about to say, Vince Scully took a ricochet shot there that I don't think you meant to. Because we all love Vince Scully. We've talked about, we shared that Vince Scully snake story on this podcast once before. Awesome. We love Vince Scully, or at least
I'm saying what I'm saying he wants the old timey baseball voice.
He wants yes men. He surrounds himself with yes men. He wanted a yes man in the booth too. He didn't want someone that gave him some pushback or gave the fans a voice, because sometimes Jason Bennetti would side with the fans and kind of voice our displeasures, and I'm sure that rubbed Jerry the wrong way. So the one question I had for you, Jason, is when you were in those negotiations, were you as liked as Jason Bennetti?
Probably not. No, I left because I was at my job for 15 years and there was a management position open on my team, and I wasn't informed that it was even open. It was all politics, and they cherry picked people from other departments to come in and lead. And people in my department weren't even given the opportunity to apply for the position. And that's when I realized, I was like, that's fucking bullshit. After 15 years, I don't even get a chance. So I got another offer, and I basically said, I'll stay, you match it. And I want some perks added on. I want some more. This was way before COVID. I'm like, I want some more work from home, like work-life balance. I want some more work from home days. And they basically said no to everything. And I said, okay, bye.
Okay, you had to take it.
Yeah. Just getting back to the Bennetti thing, and it's real fast. You know who the real big loser is in this whole thing? Goddamn Nationwide.
Oh, Nationwide.
Nationwide, their whole fucking jingle is shot now. Nationwide, go back into a fucking closet, because nobody's gonna hear about you ever again.
I thought you were gonna say Stone Pony, because fucking Jason Bennetti carried him on his back. That's the most shocking thing, is they Len Casper staying on the radio, and they're gonna find a replacement to pair with Steve Stone. And I was like, this should have been the perfect opportunity to just start from scratch, because Steve Stone's time, he's already rubbed everyone the wrong way, right? Are we all out on Stone Pony?
Yeah,
I am. Yeah, I mean, the dude takes so much vacation. He takes so many days off.
That's okay. He can take his days off, but when Bennetti wants to go do a couple national games, then it's what the fuck.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, if you did one bad thing, you might as well do a good thing and kind of just start from scratch. Get a play-by-play and a color guy in there.
Yeah. All right. So let's hope that and I don't really want to go into the whole too much into the gets. He doesn't like our team, because yes, none of us like the team. So I'm happy he actually said that. Let's see if he actually does anything with it in the offseason. But if you don't like your team, then fucking do something about it, because you were part of the problem, the reason why it's bad in the first place. So
at least he can go back and be like, you know what? Day one, I said I didn't like this fucking place. When he gets fired,
I said it from the beginning, motherfuckers.
Yes.
So you don't like. So what you're basically saying is you don't like the job that you were doing, but you
don't like the guys that you
politicked for a better job because the previous job you did was shit. So you think you can do a better job. Yeah.
You don't like the guys that you were supposed to develop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The White Sox way, right? All right. We got viral videos coming up. We got a funny question of the week. But we're gonna talk a little Blackhawks. Connor Bedard. He's that fucking dude. Hawks aren't winning much games, but they are scoring, and Connor Bedard's putting up points. 2 goals yesterday. That was some really sick shots that he's been doing. But yeah, I think watching what he's doing at 18, it's fucking amazing, and I'm excited for the next decade plus. But I think the next 2 years are even going to be more exciting watching this team grow and develop. And I think he's definitely he can hit that 50. He could probably hit 50 goals this season the way he's shooting.
So he started off hot as hell. He's living up to the hype. He looks every bit like the part that we all thought he could be. I am worried about his body holding up through the grueling season. He might slow down for a little bit, but he's got the talent. I don't know if 50's in the cards. He's on pace for 50 right now, but I don't know if 50's in the cards just yet. You saw that hit he took yesterday, and it seemed like, every time he takes a hit, it's scary. You hold your breath. It's almost like the Justin Fields thing, where it's like he's so small compared to everyone else that's like, shit, can he hold up? But the main part is we just want something to watch. The Bears are bad and they only play once a week. The Bulls are better than I thought they were, but kind of the same of what they should have been. I don't know what to think of the Bulls. And I don't watch the Bulls until January, February. So that doesn't matter. I'm excited. We're excited. We call ourselves the Puck Bums. Dougie, you got the tickets with Joey P. We're off to a good start. They're not going to win games, and we knew that. We said that going in. But if they develop and Bedard turns out to be the player we think it is, it's going to be fun. So that's the thing is we're buying into the hype. The internet's buying into the hype. But it's something to cheer for. It's a bright spot in otherwise fucking dark-ass basement of Chicago sports. So, of course, we're going to latch onto it. We all should latch onto it. We all deserve to be happy every once in a while. And if we're doing Malort and tequila shots Dougie, I was going to say once a week, but Dougie, you're doing it every game. We're happy.
Yeah, we're watching Hawks games again. It's entertaining to watch Hawks games again after the dynasty pretty much got broken apart. And obviously, the main attraction is Bedard. He's doing these 6 goals, and we've always had these number 1 picks or these high touted draft picks with Fields and other players that we thought was going to be the next him. Bedard's that guy. Bedard is obviously that guy that everybody's looking at, and even hockey players who are Kachuk, he took that, he's pushing, these guys are fucking, they know how good he is, and they're trying to intimidate him. But this guy's he's not intimidated. He's 18 years old playing amongst men, and he's just fucking just doing these sick ass goals that they can't even fucking try to poke check him or can't even do anything. It's very hard. He's just the way he plays hockey is just incredible. Obviously, yeah, we're excited about the Hawks, and the expectations they're low. They're not. It's not a high ceiling. Obviously, with Bedard, you're going to build around him, and the fact that we're going to have the draft capital, we're going to have the money. We're going to be competing. We're going to be up there, and it's just exciting times to be a Hawks fan. Obviously, you mentioned Dougie and Joey P. That they got season tickets as well too, and it's always fun to go to Hawks games. I feel like Hawks games are probably one of my favorite sporting events to go to. They're just so good to go to, and now the fact that you have Bedard as being, as advertised as being as this next player, this next great player, it's exciting times to be a Hawks fan.
100%. Couldn't said any better myself, Johnny.
What they really need to do is they really need to invest in some faster defensemen.
They're slow as shit right now.
They're slow as shit, and what that does is it's leading to more penalties than need to be had. And with Bedard not being on the kill, he's off the ice a lot because they are accumulating a lot of penalties. And that's the one thing that you got to remember. It's like he ain't on the ice for these penalty kills. So like yesterday or whatever, when they had a 4-minute kill, that's 4 minutes with him not being on the ice. I mean, once they stop taking stupid penalties and this kid can be on the ice for a decent amount of the game, imagine what he can do then. That's the scary part, then. But anyway.
Yeah. I think I turned to you, Johnny, when we were at the game together, and I said the exact same thing, is like the defensemen are slow and they take a lot of penalties. They're chasing the puck a lot. And especially against good teams. We saw it against the Vegas Knights. We saw it against Colorado. There's times where they're chasing the puck for minutes, and that's on 5-on-5. So, but that's the stuff we gotta have to deal with for the next year, maybe year and a half. It's
Absolutely.
growing pains, if you will. I'm gonna push back to SBF. SBF's a Blues fan, so I don't even know why I'm, entertaining his thoughts. But he said, "Were you guys there in the late '90s and early 2000s?" And I'm gonna push back because Johnny, we have an Uncle Paul. He used to take us to games as a kids throughout the good times with Chelios and Belfour and all those guys, and then the bad times too, the Tony Amani era and all of that stuff. We've been there from the beginning. We might not have talked about it on the BumCast ever so often, but we were there. We were there when the teams were shitty, when they weren't on TV throughout the whole basically Wirtz era. But yeah, our uncles were taking us to games as kids. So we were there, SBF. Go cheer for St. Louis.
Yeah, I used to have a massive poster in my room, the Cold Steel on Ice, which was one of the first UC fucking like promotions or whatever. And my uncle would take me to games here and there and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, when we could watch games, on TV, I'd watch them.
Absolutely, we should pray for the league.
Yeah, my first Hawks game was it was with my uncle. We were like 2 rows from the glass. It was the Blackhawks '95. It was Blackhawks versus the Red Wings. I mean that rivalry like during the '90s was.
Now we're going back. We're going back.
Yeah, you want to talk about
Eric Dese, Yumper?
Yeah,
hell yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah, Archie.
All right, let's wrap up the sports talk and get to some fun here now, guys.
Yeah,
Peter?
I got viral videos for you guys.
You got some viral videos. Let's.
I've been sitting on. They're all kind of sports themed this week. They're not just like the airplane stories or different things, but they're all things I want to talk to you guys about.
No poop or piss stories.
No poop or piss stories. Maybe a traffic story. Just some random things. But the first one came out early last week, and I've been sitting on this for almost like 5 days. I want to get your guys' takes on it because a video came out of New England that is allegedly Bill Belichick on a walk of shame, if you will.
Was it a massage parlor?
I love it. No, that's the owner. That's
I know.
the owner.
I'm saying he might have had a good Kraft. Might have gave him a good recommendation for, hey, you want a little rub and tug? I got the spot for you. It looks like a normal house, but
nah, that was a house. That was a booty
turn
call.
down service.
He's got early wake up call. He's got to run practice, so he's running out of there. I gotta respect the game. Respect the man. Like, he's gotta, shirtless.
Yeah, so that's my take on this. Okay, so he's leaving shirtless.
Yeah.
Like usually if you're a guy and you're running out of a house without clothes on, it's because the husband came home and you're getting the fuck out of there. So is he banging? Is he got a side chick? Is Bill Belichick? Is he going to see someone on the side and the husband came home, or maybe the kid came home?
Are you sure he's not getting a newspaper? He's probably getting a newspaper.
Yeah, he can get the newspaper, going for a cup of coffee. Dude, he's 70 years old. If people are in the comments saying nice tits and Bill's got a nice rack, dude, he looked more barrel-chested. His back looked decent. I mean, For 70 years old, like that'd be
he must work
too.
out. Yeah, he must work out. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the fact that like he was trying to get a little booty, and the kid came home, so he tried to sneak out the back because she was like, "All right, you got to go. My kid's home."
I would agree with your take, but he did the pro dad move, dude. He made sure the screen door was closed. So
yeah,
that's what you're sneaking out. You don't want that. Most screen doors will slam. So if you're trying to sneak out and trying not to alert that maybe the husband or the son came home or something, or the kid came home, you got to keep that screen door. You got to close it gently. You don't want it to go boom. Like, what was that? And the dog starts barking and shit, and you're just like, fuck, I'm busted now.
I don't know.
Caught me with my shirt off trying to leave.
And then, so my last question is, like, obviously he left shirtless. Do you think, there's like the on-running joke where, like, people keep your hoodie on purpose to, like, have to have the second, like, the rebound or whatever. Is there just a bunch of, like, cut off New England hoodies just all over, like, ladies' like living rooms all over New England?
Maybe.
Mom, where'd you get this from? Oh, nowhere.
It was a gift.
Credit. Shout out Bill Belichick. Also, walk of shame. Like that's a misnomer. People should be proud. Like, I know, like, it's usually because of like usually walk of shame is like the female leaving the like frat house or whatever like that. Fuck that. Yeah. There's nothing to be shamed about.
That would be even funnier if he had to grab an Uber and like just call an Uber and be like, "Oh, sorry, I don't have a shirt on."
Zero chance Bill Belichick's ever in an Uber. He's driving.
You don't know that. He just walked out shirtless, so you don't know what he's capable of doing.
I don't know.
We got to get to the bottom
70. He's 70. Do you think he knows how to call an Uber?
Yeah.
I got to help my dad with a fucking Uber, and he just turned 60, so I don't know.
All right, what you got next?
The next one, we talked about Jim Harbaugh possibly coming to the Bears, and he's embroiled in a scandal because let's call it what it is, right? They were cheating on the sidelines. So Michigan had a big game this weekend. They won, and here is the Michigan coach post.
In this environment, when there were doubts, Jerome, what does it mean to you?
Well, I thank the Lord. Well, I thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you. For this university, the president, our AD, we got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These fucking guys right here. These guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man. Talk to him, man. Love you.
Did Harbaugh die? Did I miss the funeral and eulogy or something? What the hell was that?
R.I.P.
What the fuck is happening here? Like, they're acting like Elo Jimenez died. Like, he cheated and he got suspended. What are we crying about?
Like, holy shit! Like, dude, like, dial back. I'm happy. I don't understand you're happy you're won, but like, you made it sound like he just got stage 4 cancer got announced, or he just died or something. Like, no, he got suspended for cheating, man. Like,
and I want to just say another thing too. Michigan as a whole history, they've been cheating forever. Like, this is not just a football thing. They did it to basketball as well too. There's a bunch of cheaters. Let's just put that out there.
It was and then the one last thing was like, you could tell he's an assistant coach and he's not polished to be the head coach because he dropped like 15 F-bombs in like 30 seconds. Yeah, right. Like, I did it for you, fucking Harbaugh, and these fucking players. It's like, you're on ABC, man. Maybe relax with the F-bombs. All right.
I don't know. I do too, Treasy. I do too.
That's true. That's true. Credit to everyone. I mean, you do good work, you can cry. All right, my next one is so the Barstool Sports guys are in Chicago. They're a bunch of them have moved into Chicago. Jason, we dealt with traffic because of Biden being in town going to the Bears game, and we sat I have a map here. This is leaving my house going to Soldier Field. This is what it looked like. you text me, Jason. We're like, well, we might get there at halftime. Who knows? So this is Jersey Jerry having to deal with a drive from Arlington Heights to the West Loop, I believe, or where's like Haymarket?
That's West Loop, yeah.
Yeah. So like West Loop area, Fulton Market area. This is him dealing with traffic, Chicago traffic.
There's nothing. 35 minutes. Stuck in park. I don't get. Doesn't matter what time you leave. I don't know.
What's funny about that is like you think a guy from like the New York, New Jersey area would be used to like bad traffic like that, and Chicago broke him, man. Chicago traffic broke a guy from the fucking Jersey, New York metro area.
That's what I don't understand. All these guys, Frank the Tank was in town. We talked about it when he was at the Hawks game that we went to. Like he did the same video, complained that he missed a flight because he said there's construction everywhere and nobody's working. And he took a video of just cones on the highway. And he's like, this is a 3-lane highway reduced to 1 and no one's working. And he's like, cone. But I guess it's just because we're used to it. And now Julie's in the comments. She'll admit I'm terrible when we sit at traffic. I get just as bad as Jersey Jerry, but I guess I'm used to it at this point, or
yeah, I think we've become numb to it, or
yeah, it's like I thought these guys were from New York; they would have figured it. Or I mean, like they're used to it, but I guess not. I guess Chicago's a different animal.
Well, like you said though, it's always construction, and it's fact. Seeing them actually work is just it's like spotting the chupacabra or something, or chupacabra. Like, oh my god, are there actually workers out there? I think it's all just the Chicago way, the Illinois way, kickbacks, hush, all that stuff, grease the palms. That's why stuff takes forever to do, because we're just used to the mob and corruption.
That's Chicago.
All right, what do you got?
I am not used to shit, baloney. I'm terrible in traffic. I hate it. All right, 2 more. First one, and I don't know if this is gonna resonate with you guys, but we're trying to resonate with Gen Z. We're Gen Z's White Sox Twitter's favorite, or Gen Z's podcast.
We were voted online recently as Gen Z's favorite #1 podcast.
So this is huge on TikTok, also now huge in college football and the NFL. It's the Juby slide. And I'm going to show you 2 touchdown celebrations of these guys hitting the Juby slide. And I want your thoughts, because I'm confused and I think it's witchcraft and it might be magic.
Going to the end zone. Touchdown. Ja'Day Walker.
They're gliding, man.
They're motherfucker.
They're walking on air. They might be Jesus. They might be Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
It's impressive. It's impressive.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time
I'm not even gonna say that I could do that, because my body weight would just drag me down.
I was gonna say who of us can do that move.
There's tutorials online on how to do that. We need to figure out a contest or do something to the first Whiskey at Comiskey of the year. One of us has to do the Juby slide. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I'll look up these tutorials. I'll see if I can.
Like you have for people that were at the Halloween party at Jason's house. Not to brag, Jason. You have a goddamn dance studio in your basement. You have room galore to hit the Juby slide. He's gone.
Yeah. All right.
Look, he's gonna do it right now.
I'm gonna get the bands ready.
What is the bands? What does that mean?
You're gonna start stretching.
I thought that was toilet paper.
Here.
I thought that was toilet paper.
Yeah. I got the fucking Charmin ready.
You're gonna get the legs up.
Yeah.
Man, you're gonna hurt yourself, man. Take it easy over there.
Yeah.
You guys. I'll get the glutes stretched out, and yeah.
Yeah, that was the first thing when I saw it. I was like, man, how did Usher not beat these guys to this?
Yeah, but yeah, the moonwalk was almost 35 years ago. How did they just figure this out now?
I don't know.
It's awesome.
All right.
Last one. We talked about it. I teased it. I'm gonna start. It's a double dose. It's a double dose of Kelsey. So I'm gonna start with one of the most handsome men in the world, Jason Kelsey, at one of our local haunts. Yumpers in the comments. This was Jason Kelsey at the Wiener Circle. So there was a bunch of videos. He filmed. Right? He was in town for Thursday Night Football. I guess the tea leaves are there that he's going to be part of the NBC broadcast once he does finally retire, which could be this year, could be next year. He's been teasing retirement for 5 years, so who knows when that happens. But yeah, so one of the Kelsey brothers was in town, hitting up some Wiener Circle hot dogs, which we know are delicious, and the other Kelsey brother was in Argentina.
Wow, they were more excited than a Messi game.
It sounded like a soccer crowd.
Travis Kelsey, congrats on the sex.
He
lots and
people
lots.
are pissed off. People are tired of it. I'm not tired of it. I think it's fun.
I'm so tired of it.
Love is love, Dougie freshness. Love is love.
No, I'm okay with love is love. Keep that shit on the fucking, keep it off the goddamn TV. I don't want to fucking hear about it. You know, that whole video with like him standing next to her dad when the lyrics came out and he was like, oh my God, like get the fuck out of here. Like I give a shit about that. You know, like change the lyrics to a song. It's not like you're rewriting the goddamn Bible. Fuck off.
That's a good
so.
Take. It's a good take,
so my take when I was going to do TMZ earlier, when I was going to originally do the story, my take was going to be that I only hope that they show Travis on the Jumbotron at least 60% of the time, so Argentina people know what we have to go through for Chiefs games.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Julie is sick of my shit when it comes to Taylor Swift and or Travis Kelsey, but mostly Taylor Swift. So she's on your team, Dougie.
But here, okay, so here's my thing. Like, okay, yeah, he spent his bye week, went out to Argentina. I'd love to go to Argentina, sure. But, you know, it isn't like going to a football game, you know? Every football game is different. How many times does this motherfucker want to see the same concert over and over and over again? Tell me.
It's like the best concert in the world. We're going to have to take you to the movie theater for you to really appreciate
it. You won't catch me dead there.
It's like 2
Dude, I fell asleep during Indiana Jones. I fell asleep during goddamn Indiana Jones. You think I'm going to fucking stay awake for that?
Eras tour. I mean, Harrison Ford was asleep in his own goddamn movie. Like, you're not, that's apples and oranges, dude. Like, he mailed it in. Taylor Swift is at the peak of her craft. This isn't Indiana Jones, like, first or second one. This was, 80-year-old Harrison Ford. So I don't blame him, and I don't blame you for falling asleep.
All right. That's all your viral videos, Peter?
That was all my viral videos for the week.
Okay. So we said we think we're gonna do this on a monthly basis.
Yeah, once a month or so.
Yeah, we'll collect them. But the one thing we're not gonna do monthly is our question of the week. So we have decided to go a little deeper into the abyss of questions. So some of these might be a little off the wall. But they were all screened by us, by the bums. So we're just going to pick a question here off the list. And the question of the week is, would you rather never have to wipe your ass or never have to shave?
Okay, here we go. This is a good question for 3 of you guys.
I don't know. I mean,
never have to wipe your ass or never have to shave.
Well, Dougie, it doesn't matter. You'd never have to shave anyway. The rest of us kind of do.
Yeah,
you got.
I'm on record that I would wish I never had to wipe my ass again, because I shave once a month and it's fine. But when I poop a lot. So sometimes it's ungodly, and I wish I could for a nice quick and clean. So I would never have to wipe my ass again.
What do you mean, Mailman? Mailman Jack's like the king of poop talk and let
Yeah,
Jack
and,
poop and all this stuff.
we
All
crossed
of
the
a
line
sudden
for
he's
Mailman
all-
Jack now. Like, God forbid.
What the hell?
A little
Let-
too much for him now.
Hashtag let Jack
Yeah.
poop. But no, this is where he draws the line. Okay.
Maybe he draws a line at shaving because
Get off your porcelain
can't be
throne
pooping.
there, Jack.
Shit.
Dougie, you got beard or poop?
I mean, honestly, I got the best of both worlds. I got the bidet, and I don't shave. So
You might not do either ever.
yeah, right.
Fancy over
Yeah.
here.
I mean, don't worry. I still do a dabble wipe just to make sure. You can never be too sure, but
A courtesy wipe.
yeah. I mean, I guess if I had to choose, never wipe my ass again. Yeah.
All right. So wait, are you bideting every time?
Well, no. I mean, if I'm pooping at work in the Dookie dungeon,
High fiber diet, you don't have to.
yeah, right. It was very, but yeah. I mean, if I'm at home, I'm bideting every time. Absolutely. But you got to be careful. You dial that. You can't go to 10. You got to go somewhere in the middle. You go all the way to 10, you're creating your own diarrhea. That shit goes right up. So
It's like it's like reverse or it's a colonoscopy.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good clean out right there.
Well, you're also like you're in the business. You got that good water pressure.
Oh yeah.
Power wash
you
at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might want to come over and poop in your toilet and crack that bad boy up to 10, man. I might lose like 10 pounds one time on your bidet. Just
Jason wants to find it out for scientific purposes.
Yeah, I want to see how much weight. I want to do like a pre-weigh-in, use Dougie's bidet on 10, and then weigh myself afterwards.
See, I got the total trifecta because I got the squatty potty too. So you got the perfect.
Oh, you're getting it all.
I got the squatty potty
You
too,
are.
dude. It's a good invention. It's a good purchase.
I thought it was bullshit, but then I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'll buy into it. God damn it! I bought fucking wooden ones now. These things are like a classic. Mary, when company comes over, she goes, hey, she goes, put those things away. I'm like, no, fuck no. People are gonna see that we bought a high class fucking,
Black walnut squatty potties. Fucking...
Exactly. Look at the fucking shear on that goddamn thing.
The squatty potties are good. I mean, obviously, they're a good invention, but also it kind of gives you a ledge for your elbows and your phone. So I mean, I'm a creature of the internet, so it's a comfortable for you to you can watch a whole episode of Loki on that thing.
Yeah. Johnny, poop or shave?
Yeah, I mean, I rather not, wipe my ass for like ever. Like, I mean, come on, I've had the beard before. I had a beard for a very long time, and obviously I have this stash, so it doesn't really.
But you got to
bother me.
manicure this thing, don't you? How often do you have to?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do. Keep that 5 o'clock shadow, with the combo of the stash. But yeah, I mean, I do maintenance it. But I'm with Jason as well too, man. I mean, if you're eating at White Castles or tacos or whatever, and during a weekend or something like that, obviously. Yeah, you'll be taking a bunch of shits here left and right.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
so you're going wipe as well, Jason? I'm going shave.
I'm anti-wipe.
Wiping,
Think about how good. Think about it, like how good it would be for the environment too.
But you
would save millions of trees.
Dude, you shave like once every 3 weeks.
Once a
Dougie never shaves. I shave every other day. Like I shaved before I came on this podcast because you don't want to see those patches. You said last week I had a
well, because your beard
fucking
grows in
trash-ass
terrible,
beard.
dude.
I know.
My beard grows in very
That's what I'm
nice.
saying.
You have that Jonathan
smooth.
Taves beard.
I have the Jonathan Taves beard. Yeah, that's a great point. So I'm shaving more often. I'd rather just eliminate that completely. I'll keep wiping my ass. That's not a big deal. That's,
Right. So
I've been doing it for 40 years. Might as well keep
poops,
doing
one
it.
shave.
Yeah.
All right. Before we wrap up the show and get to our listener and our bums of the week, we're gonna promo a new show. We got a new YouTube series coming out shortly, and
We do.
it stars our very own Dougie Freshness.
Star of the show.
Yeah.
So you dropped a bomb on us, like shockingly. You might be the only 40-year-old dude, or at least person our age, and maybe there's people in the comments. You've never seen a Marvel movie.
Not a one. Yeah.
He's never seen a Marvel
single
movie,
one.
never seen a Star Wars movie. So
No.
we posted that video on Twitter a while ago, and immediately people are like, you got to start watching or you got to do something with it. So I thought, like, I'm a fan of the rewatchables with Bill Simmons and that, where they just go back and do, and I'm a big fan of the MCU. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a movie, me and you, Dougie, and then we're going to recap it. And it won't be a live show. It'll live on the YouTube, but we're going to have special guests. We have a bunch of guests lined up that are also fans of Marvel, other things. And I think it's going to be really excited. One, to go back because, spoiler alert for you, Dougie, the newer MCU stuff is not that great. But in its heyday, there's a reason these movies made billions and billions of dollars. So I'm excited for you to watch them for the first time. And you might hate them all. I mean, you've gone this long. You might just think like these didn't live up to the hype. Meanwhile, me and whoever I get like as guests are going to be like, drooling over them. So it'll be good. Maybe you're going to be descending opinions.
I really hope that
you're going to.
No, I really hope that Dougie hates all these movies so we can watch them and we could be like Clockwork Orange and just make him.
Yeah, he might want to quit. He might want to quit 3 movies in. And then it's just gonna be me watching movies that I like.
And we're just gonna make you watch it, man. It's gonna be torture. It'd be like a funny torture for you.
Yeah.
So I kind of always wanted to watch them because everybody talks about them, but the problem was, and I know I've discussed this before, but it was like I wanted to watch them too late and then couldn't find a straight answer on the internet of like where you should start and how to go through it. And I'm like, it's just too far fucking gone. Now like Star Wars, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. If you love Star Wars, you love Star Wars. I've just never understood the whole, like, let's play the ending and then go to a prequel and with the episodes and everything like that. And then you've got to watch this and watch that. And like, I just never got into that shit. So I just never went into that. So,
but we are going to have you watch them in release order and not timeline chronological order. So the reason why we talked about that is because each movie has an end credit scene, and if you watch them in chronological order, you'll see an end credit scene that's not necessarily going to make sense because it came out like 5 movies after like the timeline was supposed to be. So watching him in release order, you'll get to see those end credit scenes, and they might make a little more sense to you then.
Well,
yeah, and I totally appreciate that.
Yeah, so we're excited about it. I'm definitely excited about it because it'll just give me reasons to go watch some of my favorite movies. And then I teased it. You guys know it. I'm not going to announce who our guests are, but we have people both inside of our circle of White Sox Twitter people and some people outside of White Sox Twitter that are, I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully everything goes through, but they're big guests and it's going to be exciting. So we're excited about it. If you've never seen the movies, it gives you a reason to watch along with us. And if you are a fan of the movies, come in. We'll be. It won't be live, but I'll be in the comments live as it shows, almost like a premiere thing. So it's going to be fun. So we can't wait. The first one will drop within the next week or two, one of those two, and then we'll set up a schedule from there.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right. With that being said, it is time to bum some people.
Film me. I'm Instagram famous, you fucking bum.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You're a real crumb bum.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
A bum. All right. As always, we're going to start off with our listener What a Bums and MVBs. So, Peter, you want to pull up the first one for us, please?
I'm on it.
All right. First one. Friend of the Bums, Jeff Bartlett, MVB. Jason Bennetti for knowing his worth and giving Jerry the middle finger by going to a division rival. Yep. As we said, everyone said it from here to Albuquerque. Good for him.
Yeah. Perfectly said, Jeff.
Can you spell Albuquerque?
We're not playing that game again. We got roasted for not being able to spell. Although I will.
Albuquerque, Albuquerque.
You work in logistics and that's cheating.
All right, next one. Drew Bogues, MVB, the Loki finale, perfect ending and a great story. That is true. That second season was fucking awesome. We can't talk about it because Johnny hasn't watched it yet. So,
yeah, we have. Johnny said no spoilers this weekend, but I might be talking about it on our new show. No spoilers for Dougie either, but yeah, it'll be fun.
What is Loki?
Oh, you'll find out, Dougie. You'll find out.
Okay.
He is a dude.
Yes. Okay. We're not going to give any character spoilers either. Bum of the week, being hungover after the age of 30. Too many Modelo's at my buddy's friend's giving. That'll happen.
It'll get you. You guys, I mean, we were all kind of, we had our whiskey tasting at Green Valley Wine and Spirits, and then we went to Jason's house, had some food, and talked a little business. Appreciate you and Sarah. Appreciate you guys giving us some very tasty pours. But we might have been a little hungover on Sunday. Jason, you definitely didn't want to play the game, the Blackhawks drinking game. And Dougie's like, fuck it, I'm going back straight into it.
Yep.
But then you did. Yeah.
I did. All right, next.
All right, last one. I think I'm gonna keep Mailman Jack's is since we started doing the guest bums and MVBs, he's submitted every week. So Jack's going to be our final submission every week. We're just going to keep it as a standing tradition of Mailman Jack.
I love that.
All right. What a bum. Bennetti and David Ross for not lighting up the Cubs and Sox and going out with class. I wanted some good motherfucks. Yes. I always like the dirt. But I told you when I would love to get drunk with Laurie Garcia because I want to get him drunk and have him spill the beans of all his tenure through the White Sox. I want all the fucking dirt. So I wish. I mean, it might eventually come out. You're not going to really do it. You're not going to burn your bridge on your way out, like light the match behind you. But hopefully, in the next month or so, you'll probably get some of that little trickle out of the news of what was really going on in there. And MVP is me. For hooking it up with a hard to get bottle of bourbon for the after party at the wedding I went to on Saturday. I am a class act. Thank you, Mailman Jack. I appreciate that. It was a very nice bottle of Blanton's. He asked me, and I was able to just get it right away because I have my plug.
Yeah, Dougie said taters. Yeah, good job, Jason.
I do have one quick one that came in late. It was from Shankster714. It said Brooks Boyer and Jerry Reinsdorf are bums.
Yeah, so. I mean, evergreen tweet, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get our bums and MVBs going now. We'll start with Dougie this week. Dougie, what do you got, my friend?
All right. I'm going to start off with my MVB because my bums might carry on a little bit. MVB goes out to Joey P, who gifted all of us these super awesome shot glasses from Mexico. They are all leather and nice little snake skin thing and really cool stamp to Mexico. Awesome little shot glass. I will be using this every time for my tequila shots in the Hawks drinking game. So shout out to him, MVB. Now, my bums. So, my first bum of the week is something that I was very pro during COVID and now has turned me absolutely sour. And that is going to pick up food, and when you go to pay at the register, they flip around their fucking little tablet, and they're looking for a tip when you're picking up your food. During COVID, I was very generous with that because I was like, hey, I'm sure that everybody's struggling, yada, yada. And this has continued to be a thing after COVID. I'm picking up my fucking pizza. I'm not tipping you for not even taking my money because your goddamn tablet is taking my money. Okay. All you're doing is spinning around the fucking tablet. And then there was the pizza place that I went to, and I'm going to leave them fucking off the thing, but you spin it around and there is not even a fucking goddamn option for anything below 15%. It was 15%, 25%, and 30%. I'm like, for picking up my own goddamn pizza? Absolutely fucking not. I mean, like, trust me, I am a fucking very generous person, but
that's true.
Around the goddamn tablet, no, you ain't getting a fucking tip from me. Fuck that shit. I'm over it. COVID-friendly Dougie is out the fucking window. Everybody can fuck off with that. My second MVB, or what a bum, that has got me absolutely fired up is, as you guys know, on Saturday, my fridge went out. Okay. And my fridge is only 7 years old. I'm fucking pissed off the shit with it. So it's an LG, very nice fridge, very expensive fridge. And they had a class action lawsuit against them for their compressors. Okay. So with the class action lawsuit, they were court ordered to give replacement parts free of charge for 10 years. But they weren't obligated to include the install. So the install is not included. It was only included for the first 5 years. So now they're trying to charge me $670 to install a fucking compressor in the fridge. So I basically went out and bought a new fridge, and in my leisure, I'm going to put the fridge in the basement. It's going to be a kick-ass beer fridge, but fuck LG. That is terrible. You should match your fucking 10-year, what the court ordered you, not just, willy-nilly in it and fucking going, hey, you know what? We got a defective part. You figure out how to put it in, because you can't put it in by yourself unless you're a trained professional, because you got to fucking get the Freon out, put the Freon in. Fuck you, LG. Fuck your tipping. Thank you, Joey P. I'm out.
I will say that, I, as someone who used to bartend and relied on tips, even I myself, I think the tipping is getting a little excessive nowadays with what they're expecting you to tip for. And for like, like when I was bartending, if you came in and ordered food, I'd be like, yes, I would, like 10% at least is fine, because we had to tip our bar backs and our servers and everything. We had to tip them out. So like if you came in to do a pickup order, a tip would be appreciated. What I'm not getting is, I go to Subway or something and they want a tip for making my sandwich. Like, so, come on.
It's changed ever since COVID, and Julie's been in the service industry on both sides, and I understand, like tips go a long ass way, but there should be a time or place, or like I was at, we did like what was it, Little Caesars. They're all high school kids. I probably could have packed my own pizza because nobody gave a fuck. I was there forever, and I ordered online. It should have been ready, 15 minutes before I even got there. Wasn't there. Like at some point, like you don't want to tip them, like they did not deserve a tip. But but yeah, I mean, I always tip. Dougie, you jerk.
No, I think it's. Yeah, if I'm calling in for like a restaurant order and picking up, I'll usually tip. But if it's like, if I'm going to, like I said, Subway, McDonald's, Panera, or something, and like, no, I'm not tipping. I'm just giving my food. I'm paying for it. It's getting a little out of hand. But if you pay the people better, you don't rely.
And that's my whole thing. The pizza place that I'm going to, it literally has no sit down at all. It's just a pickup. You open the door, there's no place to sit, there's nothing. It's literally, you're just picking up a pizza. Like they are getting, like I understand that waiters and waitresses get paid totally different than, everybody else. They are, I don't know. I'm done with it. I'm not trying to hog it. Go. I'm just going to get more angry.
All right. Johnny, you're up next.
As I told you guys, I don't have like a what a bum or an MVB. It's just more of like a announcement once again, or a reminder. I'm having an art show this coming Friday at the Bridgeport Art Center again. I got 2 paintings that are going to be displayed over there. It's their pop arts gallery that they're going to have the 4th floor. It's from 7 to 10. This Friday, and then after that, the last time that I had my my painting at the art gallery. We went out afterwards for a couple drinks. So if you guys can make it, that would be great. If not, I know this is like a reminder again for for Friday. Other people got other stuff to do, but that's okay. But yeah, if you guys want to stop by, see a lot of great art. I was there to drop off my paintings on Saturday. Check it out. It's a really good time just to see amazing artists and what they do. They put in a lot of work, just as how I did it as well too. So yeah, if you guys want to stop by all means, that'd be great.
Spoiler alert, Johnny, you text me a picture. He's got a fresh suit for Friday. So that's a tease. If you don't care about art, come look at Johnny in a brand new suit, tailored and everything.
Nice.
Sexy. That's how you sell. Sex sells, baby.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, you're up next.
All right. So my MVB, you guys know me. I am an emo kid at heart. The When We Were Young festival, a festival we talked about with King Ass and his lovely wife Caitlin. They were there in Vegas last week or a couple weeks ago. They announced next year's artists, and they're doing something a little different. I'm gonna zoom in on my phone to talk about it because this is a slide for ants. My Chemical Romance, Dashboard, Jimmy Eat World, All American Rejects, Fall Out Boy, all these bands. The cool thing is that they're playing their most famous albums straight through. So I got to see The Offspring play Smash straight through at Riot Fest. And I like going to those type of concerts. I like when a band plays like the good stuff straight through. So like Newfound Glory is going to be playing Sticks and Stones a lot. This is just like nostalgia porn for me. And I'm excited. So I think me and Julie are going to try our damnedest to make it this next upcoming year. And it's going to be awesome. So yeah, they're my MVBs because they're playing right up my, like they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing and they're playing like right on my wheelhouse. So that's exciting. So yeah, When We Were Young, my MVBs. And then my bum of the week, I want to get his name right. So originally it was going to be Adrian Pedrosa. He's a soccer player that plays for Sevilla. Sevilla is a Spanish league team. They played in a derby last week, hard fought derby. He got interviewed after the game in his locker room. And if you guys notice, I mean, we talked about it was perfect timing with the wiping and all that stuff. So I was ready to go. I was like, holy shit, this can't be serious. You can't be serious with this. All it took me was one Google search. This is a fake picture. This didn't actually happen. So, Doug Gottlieb from ESPN retweeted it and quote tweeted it. Sam's Army, who I have up there, he used to work for Barstool. Now he's on his own. He quote tweeted it. All these soccer accounts and blogs and different things ran with it like a motherfucker. And I was ready to do the same thing. I was ready to come out here and bum of the weekend for having skid marks in his soccer shorts. But he's getting a bad rap. This was a photoshopped image. I don't know who photoshopped it and who posted it, but it ran wild. And now this guy is forever going to be known as the Dookie boy. Like he's going to be known as like fucking Mudbutt. It's tough scenes. Tough scenes for this guy. So I'm here to tell you guys this is a fake picture. I'm the internet police at this point.
All right, good to know. Good to know. All right, I'm gonna take us home. I have 2 quick MVBs and 2 quick bums. I'm gonna start with the MVBs. Nick Foligno, the Hawks, for sticking up for Connor Bedard after he got body checked into the boards. And Bedard is eventually gonna want to stick up for himself, fight back. But you need those enforcer guys. The kid's 18, but once he puts some muscle on and nuts drop, he'll fight back. But good to have the enforcers on it. You need those guys to step up and defend your alpha and your star player. So
absolutely
good for him. My second MVP is Dougie for picking up the Hawks drinking rules and running with it on Thursday when we were at the Bears game. We couldn't do it, and then Sunday morning when we were hungover, you were like, "Fuck it, I'm going." So shout out to you, Dougie. You're MVP for not giving a fuck and just continue to kill your liver. So
team player.
Thank you.
And everyone, also everyone who's done videos of them doing the tequila shots. We appreciate you all. We hope it keeps on growing, and doing that. We love that everyone's joining in on our debauchery. Love to see all the tequila Malort.
Andy, Joey, there's a bunch of people running wild with it, and we appreciate everyone. I think, like we talked about, we might have to do like a compilation video at the end of the week or month or whatever, and have everyone's, because we appreciate everyone hopping along with it.
Yeah, and we got a couple of fun ideas that we want to do with it. So the more people that play along, we've got some pretty cool stuff like lined up. So get out.
My 2 bum of the weeks. First one, it just dropped today. The new Garfield trailer. That's the Garfield movie that's coming out. It's Chris Pratt is the voice of Garfield. And as someone who's an 80s, 90s kid who grew up watching Garfield, and you had the Garfield voice, the very distinct Garfield voice. I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was John something but he had that deep voice, whatever. And you got Chris Pratt doing fucking another voice. You can't be Mario and you can't be Garfield. Pick a lane, dude. You're just taking all the Italian jobs away from everyone. Like, what the hell?
Shouldn't be anyone that eats lasagna. Chris Pratt is coming for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna look this up real quick here. Garfield,
no, but you're right. Look it up. I'll run wild with it because I agree with you. Like, Chris Pratt. Garfield is. Maybe we're old and we're protecting Garfield too much, but Chris Pratt. I'm more pissed about Chris Pratt as Mario because the movie itself was good, but
very good.
It was very good, but we're all used to the "it's a me Mario" and the fact that I understand why they didn't want to go that route.
Right.
But
Yeah, they don't want to get canceled. They're trying to fucking cancel goddamn Homer choking fucking Bart. I don't know. That is the point that is getting way too far with them.
I was way off.
And shit.
It was Lorenzo Music. That was his name. I thought it was Johnson.
Lorenzo Music. That's a hell of a name.
That's a hell of a name. That was way off. But Chris Pratt taking all the Italian jobs.
John was the owner of Garfield.
Yeah. Finally, my second bum of the week. It's Johnny. We need you drinking tequila and Malort, dude. You gotta get on it. I don't know what's going on, but we're all out here taking one. We need you on board, man.
Sorry, man. I'm always at these undisclosed locations where I'm at, so it's kind of hard for me to
order a shot tequila Malort at the bar, and do it from the bar, man.
I'm trying to put more stuff into the content. We talked about this on Saturday as well too. That's okay, man. You want to bum me? That's totally fine. But I've been going to all these different locations and trying to put that out there as well too. All right, that's fine. Challenge accepted. How about that?
There we go. Yeah. We need Johnny on board with
drink it out of this I'll just drink it out of this boat that Joey P and Sanchez.
Yes. Yeah. I'm from now on going forward. I'm taking Joey's boot and I'm doing tequila shots out of that for every Hawks.
All right. Yeah, we're the boot bums now. Yeah. Shout out Joey and Sandy.
Yeah. And I got a million fucking Malort shooters that Celeste brought for Halloween, so I'm going to be going through those for the whole season probably.
You handed me a big ass bag of them, so thank you to you as well.
Yeah. So, all right, that is our show. We'll be back next week as always, but also keep an eye out for our new YouTube content coming out soon. But thanks for everyone who's in the comments. Thank you everyone who liked, subscribed, shared, all that good stuff. We appreciate you. We love you guys, and we'll catch you on the interwebs when we are continuing drinking for Blackhawks games. So get the tequila Malort ready, and we'll be ready for next Hawks game. See you guys.